Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Yale. This is their part number Rn11 E1R Para Keyblank. This is the standard stock keyway from Yale. Co-founder of Yale, Linus Yale Jr., actually invented the modern pin tumbler cylinder. He didn't invent it as much as he took the Egyptian design from 4,000 years ago and severely refined it. I don't know the history of Linus Yale Jr. enough to know if he ever told people, yeah, I looked at that Egyptian design and decided that's how it's going to work. But it is understood in locksmithing books I've read, he, worked off of that design. The modern pin tumbler cylinder we all use, every one of us, on a daily basis. And the co-founder of Yale is directly responsible for it. The para stands for paracentric. The definition of paracentric is if you took a vertical center line, the line that I'm making with my finger will cross the vertical axis center line multiple times. And if you look at the keyway of the E1R or the para keyway, indeed, the broaching of the cylinder plug crosses that vertical center line. The concept of that is that it makes it more difficult to pick such a cylinder because you don't have an easy way to fit your tool inside. It is also what's called a simplex keyway, another weird term. Simply stated, a simplex keyway is a standalone keyway. It does not work under the umbrella or the tree of other cylinders that could have a multi-section or all-section key blank that would operate over it to pass it. It's a standalone. There's no other keyway that will be remote. There's no other key that will pass this and another keyway at all. You would specifically want a simplex keyway in an environment where you do not want the keyway to participate in a multiplex environment. Probably too much locksmithing lingo right away, but nonetheless, that's what it's for. This is an Rn11. Now, in Rn11, there is a link below this video to a two-page document. Rn11 tells us, lower left-hand corner, they're going to give us the R bow, the classic Yale round bow. It's going to be an N and 11. It's going to be a nickel-silver key blank, even though it's brass-colored. Nickel silver is a very durable base material to make a key blank out of. Key blanks could be made out of aluminum, brass, nickel silver, stainless, steel. But in this industry, for door hardware, it's either brass or nickel silver. Nickel silver is a very durable base material. The 11 means that it's going to be a 6-pin. So the length of this is a 6-pin length. Okay. This could also act, if you wanted it to, as a control key for a 5-pin system, should you have one. But generally, with a control blank, you would order an F bow, because that's the bow that's used standard for control blanks. But this is just a typical 6-pin para or E1R key blank, is what it is. On page 2 of that document, we'll show the simplex key way, and then it also refers to some multiplex environment. So just to get back to that in a moment, the E1R does not participate in any multiplex structures. If you were doing a hospital or a project that had a multiplex environment, but you had particular doors that you needed off of that multiplex environment, hospital would be a pharmaceutical closet. They don't want the master going into it. They don't want any other keys going into it. It's only specifically a special key that could be a simplex key. It would be a good idea. I don't know that I would use the para, the stock keyway, for such an application, but I would probably look into a simplex keyway that would be less obvious than a typical para, which any Yale lock that you order, unless you specify the keyway, that's what you're going to get. That's what makes this very common. The overall blade height of this key blank is 0.321. The thickness of the blade itself is 0.091. I'm not surprised that someone just ordered a box of 50 6-pin Rn11s, para keyway, E1R. It's the most common probably the most common key blank from Yale. Finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Yale products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. Any questions on the Yale Rn11, Para, or E1R keyway, or any other Yale product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.